Good morning, students. I hope you all are safe at home. Today we will continue the chapter that we started earlier, solid, liquid and gases. Let's take a quick recall what we studied earlier. I told you what is matter, anything that has mass and occupies space. Then I told you what is mass. Mass of a particular object can be described as a weight of a particular object. Then, what is volume? The amount of space that a matter takes up is known as volume. Then I told you different states of matter, that is solid, liquid and gases, and what are their properties. Now, I told you what is matter made up of. It is made up of tiny particles called molecules. And then what molecules are made up of? Even the tinier particles called atoms. Then I told you the space between the two molecules is known as intermolecular space, right? Then we studied that the particles of solid are very tightly and closely packed. Solid have definite shape and definite volume. Then in liquid we studied that the particles of liquid are loosely packed as compared to solid. Then in gas we studied that the molecules of the gas or the particles of the gas are loosely packed and far away from each other, right? It does not have any fixed shape and volume. Now we will study the change in the state of matter. We know what is matter and what are the states of matter, means solid, liquid and gases. Now how we can change the form, right? How they can be changed. Matter can change from one state to another on heating or cooling. This is the only point. We can change the state of matter on heating or on cooling, right? For understanding it better, let's do an activity, right? With this activity, you will be able to understand it very clearly, right? You do one thing, put a tray of water in the freezer, as you can see in the picture. Then it will turn into ice after a few hours. Water changes from the liquid state to the solid state on cooling. I told you that change in the state of matter can be done only if cooling occurs or if heating occurs, right? If we will put a tray of water in the freezer, after few hours that water will change into ice, means that liquid state is changed into the solid state. On which process? On cooling, right? Then this process will be known as freezing. Understood? Now let's use the same ice tray for the next activity. Now what is the next activity? Next is you put this ice tray outside for some time. Don't keep it back in the freezer, right? The air which is warm outside, it will change the ice into water again. It will change back the ice into water. Then ice which is in the solid state, it will change back into the water which is in the liquid state. The process of solid changing into liquid on heating is called melting. Now all this process that we did is known as melting, right? Now I hope you have understood what is freezing and what is melting. Now we will do another activity to understand what is evaporation and what is condensation. Okay, let's try something else, right? Take your parents' help so that you don't hurt yourself in this, right? Do one thing, put some water in a pan and heat that pan, right? You will notice some water vapors or steam rising from the pan in some time. As you can see in the picture, water vapors are rising up from the pan. Now the process from which the water is changing into the water vapors on heating. As you can see in the picture, the water in the pan is changing into the water vapors on heating This process is known as evaporation, right? This process is known as evaporation. I hope this is clear. Next, now turn off the flame and cover the pan with a glass lid or a plate, right? Then you will see water droplets forming on the surface of the plate. The steam or the water vapors that come in the contact with the cold surface of that plate will help the water vapors to change back into the water form. Now this process of gas changing into liquid means water vapors changing back into water form on cooling or coming into the contact of cold surface. This process is known as condensation. I hope these all four processes are clear to you: freezing, melting, evaporation and condensation, right? Read it from your book very carefully. Now let's talk about dissolving solid into water. Dissolving means mixing solid into water. The process in which a solid or a gas completely mix or dissolve in a liquid is known as dissolution, right? A process in which we dissolve solid completely into a liquid is known as dissolution. Solid like sugar and salt completely dissolve in water. As you can see, the salt particles which are in solid form, we will dissolve this in water. It is known as solute. Now look at the picture carefully. The water in which solid we have to dissolve is solvent. You can see the green powder which we will dissolve in this water is solute, right? You know what is solute and solvent. After mixing this solute and solvent, we'll get a new liquid which is known as solution, right? So we can say that solution is a mixture of solute and solvent. I hope this chapter is clear to you. Thank you so much.